ToonGrin.com.
Hey you kids, do you like Scooby-Doo? Do you like puppetry? Do you like a flimsy storyline to clean neglects to keep a constant tone in favor of making half-hearted jokes that even the series of pup named Scooby-Doo would shake its head in shame and irritation? Well, too bad! We're spotlighting Scooby-Doo Adventures, the mystery map. Yeah, let's get this over with. Wow, you gotta admire Warner Brothers' creative team. I mean, the first Puppet Scooby-Doo movie? Gosh, isn't that just something? I never saw that coming, and I'm sure most of you didn't either. And ever since it came out, I've wanted to sink my teeth into it, because for the most part, I do like it when Scooby-Doo experiments with the formula. I said for the most part. Now, when I heard about this little gem, I didn't immediately think it was going to suck big hairy Scooby balls. I originally thought it was going to be just a delightfully childish Scooby movie, maybe in the same lane of writing as Cyber Chase or the Loch Ness Monster. I thought this for two reasons. A, I just think allowing myself to be cautiously optimistic allows for a better chance to dissect what problems I do have with the film. But also this helps me truly enjoy the good points that the movie has to offer. And B, I think it's just funnier for me and you when my optimism is smashed after watching a film that clearly never deserved it. But hey, how can the first Puppet Scooby-Doo movie smash my optimism that badly? Let's start with the story and find out. Taking place in another universe of Scooby-Doo, where the gang are kids played by the usual suspects plus one: Frank Bulger, Matthew Lillard, Greg DeLise, and Stefan DeBrozo. Yeah, that's it, as Velma. The gang is hanging out, just doing their typical stereotypical shtick, until Scooby bites into his pizza and finds a treasure map, leading to the treasure of the treacherous and stinky Gnarly Beard, played by John Rhys-Davies. Yeah, John Rhys-Davies plays a big fuzzy pirate muppet. Let that sink in. So because cool, we found a treasure map, we got to follow it. The game plan to set out to find the treasure. That is until Gnarly Beard's fat-ass phantom parrot comes in, steals the map, and runs away. Now because treasures is cools, the game must track down the parrot and find the treasure to... What do they want with this? You know, that's the first major problem with this movie, and a lot of treasure hunt movies. There is literally no other motive for the game to go after the treasure other than find the treasure to find the treasure. That's cool. And because the overall motive behind the story is flimsy, that leads the story to just waver and meander, making the pace of the story and humor feel just plain boring and slow. Let me give you an example of a more workable motive that would coincide with the story and characters and theming of this movie, making the pacing a lot better. The Phantom Parrot not only takes the map, but destroys the game's treehouse. So now the gang must find the treasure so that they can rebuild their treehouse. This motive shows an end goal to the movie, so there's a clear arc to the story. Plus, this is what I thought was going to happen. Starting out with scenes of the gang enjoying their clubhouse, and all this stuff really sets up for the Phantom Parrot destroying the treehouse. But nope, our movie has the let's find the treasure to find it motive in place, and it couldn't hold up for even the short 45-minute length. So how do you fix that? Well, you know how the show A Pup Named Scooby-Doo episodes were formatted? You know, the gang solves the mystery, then they explain how every single clue fits to prove that the culprit is guilty? Well, imagine that a movie tried to do that twice. Yeah, we go through this format twice in this movie, but it follows the same narrative. Although the first time with the Phantom Parrot actually felt like a fun Pup and Scooby-Doo episode, in a good way. The pacing, jokes, and writing fit, for the most part. There is several moments where great setups to jokes are made, but never executed upon, and just left with very meh jokes, which is just plain disappointing. The second half of the movie, however, is just the writer padding the crap out of the movie, just so that it seems different, when actually we're going through the exact same steps again, but with more filler. Oh, and don't forget to put it out of context songs from the other Scooby-Doo movies just to fill in more time. Oh yes, and also spontaneous puppet dance numbers! The kids will just love that crap after they wake up from being bored to sleep. While I already won't recommend this movie because of its indecisive story, let's just talk about the everything else in this movie, because the mystery map isn't all bad, but mostly bad. The characters and their puppet forts look pretty awesome, done by the same people behind Bunnytown, and the movie really shows a wide variety of interesting puppets and settings. I especially love the Phantom Parrot, as his design really reflects the puppet named Scooby-Doo style to a great degree. Plus, a big fat parrot is hilarious to look at, and how he moves around is just funny, just pure funny. It's really sad when the big fat ass parrot is the only funny thing I could remember from this movie. And like I said, the first half of the movie was good. It understood the tone of its story, and the jokes and plotting worked well. If this were just a half-hour special, I would recommend it. I guess if I break it down to my basic thoughts, the aesthetics and the design of the movie are great, but the pacing and story completely kneecaps the idea, making it fun in the first half and moronically underwritten in the second, to the point where it's just plain boring for fans and kids alike. Have I already said that it's boring? Let me say it again. It's boring in the second half. The experiment in puppetry is just a letdown, and I say skip it.
Scooby-Doo!